Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports. Here is your host, Peter Remoliotis, aka PD Beats.
Hello, welcome to the Popternative Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Peter Remoliotis. On Twitter, I go as PD Beats. This is the podcast where we have digital discussions, the worlds of social media, sports, and pop culture. We're with 7 players from the HEO AAA U18 League. I'm really excited to have them, so I'm going to have them introduce themselves and where they're from and where they play, starting with Julian.
Hi, I'm Julian Recine. I play Kanata Lasers U18 AAA, and I'm from Stittsville, Ontario.
Awesome. Chazka?
I'm Chazka Bush. I'm from Ottawa, Orleans, and I play for Navan grads.
Quinn?
Hi, I'm Quinn McClelland. I play for Hawkesbury Hawks U18, and I live in Orleans, Ottawa.
I'm Mcdonald. I play for ODS U18, and I just live central Ottawa.
I'm Sean McGurn. I live in Ottawa, and I play for Ottawa Junior Senators U18.
I'm Dylan Peterson. I play for CIH White AAA, and I live in Russell, Ontario.
Hi, I'm Donovan Sebrango. I play for CIH White, and I'm from Kingston, Ontario.
Awesome. So right off the bat, I think we'll start. We'll go the other way. We'll start with Donovan here. Just a few questions specifically. They're just general questions that all of you guys can answer. But talk a little bit about your style of game. If you were to kind of give a scouting report about like yourself and how you play and how the season in the U18 has been going so far. So Donovan, talk a little bit about that.
I'd say my style of game is kind of like an offensive defense, but like I like being mean. I like to hit. I like to grind in front of the net. Like play defense too. I'd say the season's going pretty good. Winning a couple games. We're kind of like up and down right now. We haven't found like a steady like playing yet. So like, yeah, it's going all right so far.
Dylan, what about you?
I like to move my feet up and down the ice and make plays in front of the net, like get some offense going and, like use my teammates as well as I can to, get some goals. And I'm having a lot of fun this year. I think our team's pretty good, pretty solid. So I hopefully win a couple more games and see how the rest of the season goes.
Kyle?
Well, I feel like I'm like a shoot first kind of guy. Like move my feet and make that pass if it's open, but I'm a shoot first guy. Our team has been up and down this year, but we're starting to find our game, and it's been a really fun year.
Sean?
I'm a hard-working player. I like to make an impact in all 3 zones, and our team had a little bit of a slow start, but we're just starting to gel, so yeah, we're doing good now.
Quinner?
I'm more of a stay-at-home defenseman, tough in front of the net, kind of hard to play against. We're doing really good this year, actually. Got to keep that moving forward and stay out of the box and win more games.
Chazka?
I feel like I'm a player with a good hockey IQ. Overall, good player, create chances offensively and smart defensively. Not afraid to lay the hit sometimes. And our team doing pretty good so far, creating new relationships and stuff. And things are starting to pick up pretty good.
Cool. And Julian?
I think I'm a skill type player. I like to make plays with my teammates in the O zone. And just try and be as defensively aware as possible out there and make chances. I think we had a good start to the season. Hit a bump in the road last couple of games. I have full confidence in our coach that we should get out of it soon.
Very cool. So I think besides Quinn, I think it's all your first year in AAA this year, right? Midget?
Yep.
U18,
Yeah, U18. Dylan, you played for CIH a few times last year as a call-up, but so you've had your taste. But I maybe we'll start with Quinn with this one because Quinn, you're joining your second season in U18. What specifically do you want to accomplish this year, man? Like, what are kind of your goals, and how are you going to get to those goals? I mean, there's going to be the kind of cliche answers, I want to win, we want to go all the way. But is there anything specifically for yourself?
I want to work on more offensive game too. That's another good reason for coming back to U18, just to truly try to dominate and get my offensive way too. So get some points up there. Yep. And I'm gonna have to work hard on the off ice and on ice as well in practice to keep moving forward to truly be the best defenseman I can be. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna have to work extra hard to be like that.
That's good. And Dylan, you got a taste of U18 last year. You're playing in it full season this year. What do you kind of want to accomplish, and how are you going to get there?
I mean, I've always been kind of like a really offensive guy, so working on my defense this year will be key for going on to the next level in the next couple of years. Mm-hmm. So I think I'm gonna try really hard with my coaches to work on my defensive side of the game and just make that weakness one of my strengths.
That's good for sure. And Donovan, what about you? What specifically? I mean, you talked about your defensive game. Was there a little bit of offense that you wanted to kind of work on as well?
I think it's mostly my defense I need to work on. I'm mostly offensive, so I like to jump up in the rush sometimes. So I think having an equal offense and defense game is very important. So make sure they're even. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. And what about the OJS boys? Kyle, Sean, what about you guys?
Well, I've always been offensive player, so I feel like working on my defense. My coach is a really defensive-oriented guy, so it's helping me a lot in our own zone. It's helping out.
I want to work on playing with bigger and better, faster guys, so that way it'll help me jump to the next level, and also my defense play with just like how.
Mm-hmm. Chazka?
I'd like to work more on my finishing touch, working more a bit on my shot and a bit of that, because right now I'm getting the chances but not bringing them all, so I guess that's mostly it.
Okay. And Julian?
I would like to improve the little things, in and around the defensive zone, and just probably defensive zone is probably the main thing.
Mm-hmm. Now this is the time of the show where I have a specific question that has to do with you specifically, all 7 of you. So don't if they're bad questions, don't say that because I worked hard on them. But we'll start with Chazka. I mean, talking to a lot of people around the league, talking to players, talking to coaches, talking to scouts. It's no surprise that you're a goal scorer. That's something that you're kind of known for, especially in Bantam as well. Is that the type of player that you kind of want to be known for going in, whether it's your OHL draft, your NHL draft, and if yes, what are kind of some of the players that you kind of modeled your game after, or that you kind of looked up to as kind of that goal scoring offensive forward?
Well, as of right now, I'm mostly just trying to really find myself on this new team. Really focusing on just making sure the team's on the right track and stuff first. Mm-hmm. But a player I look up to when I was young, probably John Tavares. Mm-hmm. That's a player that I'd want to be when I'm older. So.
Mm-hmm. And Julian, talked a little bit about it before we went on air, but you've been playing really well. The team's been doing well. You've been finding the back of the net, creating a lot of chances. What do you think has been going well for you, and how do you think you're able to get all the success you have early on? I understand it's early on in the season, but you're doing pretty well for your first year in U18 as well, right?
Yeah. Well, I just try and get come to games prepared, and just keep things simple out there.
But when you say a simple game, can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Yeah, just try not to be too fancy. There's a time and a place for that. I mean, it's obviously I like being creative. It's part of my game. Mm-hmm. But when you overcomplicate things, that's when things start. When you start worrying about too much, that's when you start. Yeah, you just start worrying about too much, and it gets harder to control. So if you play the game that and played your whole life, then it's easier to get results.
Oh, absolutely. And now Kyle McDonald. There a lot of people were talking about your kind of style of play early on, and at the showcase, a lot of people were unbelievably impressed with the ability that you have to be kind of that explosive player right out the gate. That's what a lot of the scouting reports were saying, and a lot of people when I was in Kanata for the showcase, that's what they were saying about that. So, what do you think of your game that you have that will kind of allow you to kind of have those moments where you can become explosive and take control of the game? Because that's what a lot of scout reports are saying. You have an ability not a lot of players to kind of just like that, control a game.
Well, for me, it's just with a whole new group of players, it's being able to know where they're going, trying to gel with my players and know where they are, knowing where they are, when to give them the puck, knowing when to shoot, and knowing when to just do it myself and just do what I can to win the game.
Mm-hmm. And Sean, big year in Bantam with the 67s, like leading scorer, I believe, right?
For my team, yeah.
For your team. And what do you think? Were there some kind of elements or some like things of your with your game that you kind of brought from Bantam and you kind of transferred it over to Midget, or is it a completely different game?
No, like it's still pretty much the same, but in Bantam I learned how to win and what it takes. So I try to take that into this year and help the boys win, and yeah.
And Quinn, we talked about this around the. We talked about it a little bit. You know, you had an opportunity to play in the OHL Gold Cup. I mean, these are kind of these are events that, you know, people could say that one event can kind of help a player that can, you know, excel their game. So talk a little bit about your experience there and how that's maybe helped you on the ice this season.
Well, it was an experience of a lifetime. Like, I couldn't be more thankful to be a part of that. Mm-hmm. And also it's being one of the only undrafted players on my team and the tournament. So it's pretty cool playing against all these first-round guys and just learning how good they are and what I need to be to go to the next step. So then it was just a great experience winning bronze with the HEO. Just I couldn't have asked for a better time.
No, absolutely. And Dylan Peterson, it's no surprise because a lot of people know about it. And, you know, I didn't have a chance to I know it was a while ago, but I never had a chance to congratulate you on it. So congratulations. But you're committed to Boston University. And talk a little bit about I mean, it's very interesting because, you know, you being kind of, that's happening like for not another couple of years. And, you know, planning ahead is the case here. But talk a little bit about your decision to commit with them so early and what you kind of have to do to get to the next level for them.
I mean, kind of going around visiting schools, it's always been like an NCAA path for me. But seeing BU is kind of a no-brainer, and just being able to surround myself in that kind of like hockey and school atmosphere later on is going to be huge for me. But like it's a huge honor, and I can't wait to be part of it in the next 3 years.
Mm-hmm. And Donovan, recently you announced your commitment to Boston University.
Yeah.
So congratulations on that, man. That's awesome.
Thank you.
And yeah, talk a little bit. I mean, I think it's I don't know if it's obviously like not. I mean, Dylan committing, was that kind of another like, was that kind of a little bit of a reason why like it made it easier to make a decision in Boston U, that you have someone there that you know and you grew up with playing on Boston University? Is that one of the reasons why you decided to commit there, or?
Yeah, for sure, it was a factor. Like we live together right now, so it was a no-brainer going to BU, living with him. How
did it come to be? Like, talk about how that announcement came to be. Like, when did they get in contact with you? When did that all happen?
When they started to notice me, like, it was like, I think my second game in Philadelphia, that's when they like really started like talking to me, and like I got notice of that, and then that's when I realized like I started thinking about like opportunities of going there. So, and then they came to my HEO games, and then I went down for a visit, and then I was in shock. I couldn't believe how nice it was.
Oh, really cool. And I think we'll wrap up like kind of soon, but I have one last question for all of you guys. And it's kind of a fun one, and it's kind of a loose question, but I just wanted to know, I mean, you know, a lot, like, you guys, you eat, like, sleep, breathe hockey, like, that's your life, but I want to know stuff, like, that doesn't have to do with hockey. Like, I want to know, like, are there any other specific hobbies that you have? And it could be like a guilty pleasure, you know, no one's judging you. I mean, I don't know, I think Chazka might judge all of you, but, you know, is there another sport that you've been playing that you like? Is there a hobby? Is there a style of music that you like that you didn't really think people would think that you like? Like talk a little bit about that, Chazka. We'll start with you, so we can all judge you if you say anything. But
since you said music, I'm kind of a country guy. You know, I like country. And
oh wow, a hockey player that likes country.
And I also like the EDM. You know, pumps me up. I played soccer all my life. competitive level, but then I quit to focus more on hockey and stuff.
Okay.
I also snowboarded for a long time, so that's a little bit about me.
All right, Julian. Any hobbies? Anything else off the ice?
I don't know. I think I like playing golf. I mean, hitting the links with the boys. A lot of fun. I mean, not exactly the best player, but you know, when when you're out there with your boys, it's pretty fun. And probably like fishing. I really like fishing. Like just being out in the water. It's a lot of fun and it calms me down, I guess. So
far, I'm not having a good time here because I'm learning that you guys are just hockey players, and I wanted to learn other things. Oh, you know, country music, fishing, golf. Yeah, for the boys. Like, give me something else. Come on. There's not like there wasn't another like no one like played rugby growing up. Like nothing interesting.
I don't know.
Like baseball.
Baseball? Okay, I'll take baseball. Kyle, any hobbies outside of hockey? You can say golf and fishing if you want. At this point, I don't really care.
It's yeah. Well, yeah, like I said, baseball, and just because my dad played baseball his whole life, it's always been a second sport to me.
Okay.
And just starting to focus more on hockey now, getting rid of that second sport.
Sean, what about you?
I played a little bit of soccer and lacrosse growing up. Right now, I'm getting into basketball. I like playing with friends.
Okay. What about the CIH boys? Dylan, what about you? Is there anything that people don't really know about you that you could share?
I mean, growing up, I played a little bit of football, like quarterback, so I guess I could toss a pigskin pretty well.
Quarterback?
Yeah.
Tom Brady in the house.
Oh, no. But, yeah.
Donovan, what about you?
For me, growing up, my parents were always involved with soccer, so I never usually played hockey. It was always soccer. Since my dad played in the MLS, he was always pushing me to play soccer, never hockey. So
your dad played in the MLS?
Yeah.
Who's your dad?
His name's Eddie Sebrango.
Who do you play for?
Montreal Impact.
Oh, that's cool. That's awesome. What
yeah, so it was always.
Are you from Montreal?
No, I'm not.
Okay, but did you ever grow up in Montreal because your dad played there, or?
Yeah, I lived there for a bit with him.
Okay, no, that's cool. Awesome. And Quinn, wrap it up.
Yeah, played a lot of lacrosse growing up and football too, but I kind of had to cut them out because of hockey. So, and then love staying, like having time at the cottage, you know, during the summer when I'm not working. So yeah, just resting up there, fishing and all that.
Very cool. Well, we'll wrap up, but just Julian, thank you so much for coming on the show, man, and wish you all the best for the rest of the season. Anything you want to say to close the show?
No. Thanks for having me. Mm-hmm. It's been a lot of fun, and yeah, that's it.
Awesome, Chazka. Thanks a lot, man, for coming on.
Thank you,
Quinn.
Yeah. Thanks for having me too. Had a blast.
Yeah. OJS boys. Sean, Kyle, thanks guys.
But
and Dylan, Donovan, thank you guys for coming on. I know we had some technical issues, but we were able to muscle through it.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
It's almost like you guys were using the internet for the first time for a little bit there. But where can people follow you guys on social media? Because Pop Turnative has a little bit of a social media centric aspect to it. So, Donovan, where can they follow you on social?
Pardon me?
What are your social media handles? Like Instagram, Twitter,
Instagram stuff.
Like, what are they?
Yeah.
like the name of them?
Yeah.
Sebrango _.3.
Dylan, what about you?
Dylan Peterson with 2 N's.
Okay. Kyle?
Kyle McDonald .25.
Sean?
John McGurn .16.
Quinn?
Quinn McClelland 3.
Chazka?
Chazka Bush.
And Julian?
Julian Recine 67.
Okay, and for me, if you guys want to follow me, it's PD Beats, but I think you already follow me. But okay, well, this has been Pop Turnative. Thank you guys. I wish you all the best. how your career paths down the road. No, seriously, it's amazing what you guys do at such a young age. You should be really proud of it, and I'm really happy that you guys were able to come on my show. So all the best, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, well, you can catch previous episodes of Popternative on our YouTube page, and you can go to popternative.com for more content. Until next time, this is Chazka Bush, Julian Recine, Quinn McClelland, Sean McGurn, Kyle McDonald, Dylan Peterson, and Donovan Sebrango signing off. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popternative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.